Hello Minigame fans! The success of Streets of Rage 4 this year has shown that the beat 'em up is still a viable genre, and it is indeed very nostalgic for me. And here are my top 10 picks of indie games carrying on that legacy into a new age. Special mention goes to the RPG brawler Young Souls, literally just covered in my last video, which did spark the idea for this one, so moving on to the main list. Let's do this list in reverse, shall we? A title which I've been looking forward to for a long time and has impressed in demos is Tunche, a roguelite beat 'em up that simply looks fantastically well animated. Set in the Amazonian jungle, our heroes must defeat epic bosses and uncover the secrets. It has a touch of Devil May Cry, with the latter grading system in combat, but there are RPG elements like leveling, and they also seem to be taking a page out of the Book of Hades, in that the narrative is supposed to be slowly uncovered run after run. Really awesome look, and it gets the number 1 spot. Jitsu Squad is an awesome looking beat 'em up starring anthropomorphic animals, where this developer has the grand vision of making the most fast-paced, colourful, intense and hardcore brawler, paying tribute to the arcade masterpieces of the 90s while pushing the genre forward. There are 4 playable characters, a raccoon, a bunny, a warthog and a frog, each being part of a certain archetype, and of course it supports 4-player co-op. Perhaps the most interesting part is that special attacks are executed via classic fighting game button inputs, so the quarter circle forward of a Hadouken results in a similar attack. And there are also fighting game style screen clearing super specials. Absolutely love the look of this, being vibrant and very colourful, with a nice variety of levels, enemies and bosses, and if done right, should be exactly what they are going for. Strangely, this headed to Kickstarter earlier this year, but the developer decided to voluntarily pull the plug, citing COVID as a concern, and were delaying the campaign, promising to bring it back at a later date, so stay tuned and I'll let you know when. Humble Publishing continues to dig out gem after gem, with Midnight Fight Express looking absolutely fantastic, taking the beat 'em up into 3D, while most other entries stay true to the side-scrolling roots. Your player character can be customized, with RPG elements like leveling up, unlocking new moves and weapons, and even cosmetics. However, the core beat 'em up action looks really fun, and it's interesting to see someone take a stab at the 3D brawler, so this gets a spot. One look at Mayhem Brawler and you can immediately see the similarity in art style to Streets of Rage 4, so hopefully some of that same success rubs off on it, since it does look fantastic.
Matt, look, everyone hates high school. What you're going through is totally normal. Everyone has nightmares about it. That's why we're here to help. I mean, you got your bullies, your mean chicks, douchers, douche-ease, homework. Come on, give me a smile. Can you believe these things don't have seatbelts? Oh, here's our stop. Be right back. Alright, you just stay right there.
A very intriguing mishmash of beat 'em up and their adjacent genres is Nightmare Corps. And if the art and animations look familiar, that is because Tom Falk and a group of Newgrounds alumni are making this game. It has you in control of members of the Nightmare Corps sent to delve into and clean up the nightmares that people have. It looks like Castle Crashers, but also has overworld exploration, platforming and so on. Since being teased 2 years ago, not much else has been shown, but in a recent update, the Twitter account confirmed that it is still in development. The developer of City of Rampage did reach out to me, and having taken a look at the trailer, I do have to say that I'm impressed. This is another very classic looking title, set in another crime-filled city, but I do like the designs of the playable characters in this. It's a little difficult to tell on the feedback of the attacks due to the trailer music, but this does look promising. Down in the Dark does have some other elements in addition to the core beat 'em up gameplay with vehicle chases, puzzles and such, but show me a pixel art beat 'em up and you definitely got my attention. More streets and more thugs, but a wonderful art style which I really like. Another pixel art entry is Fallen City Brawl, one which looks very classic in design, down to the letterboxing of the video indicating the 4:3 aspect ratio. This looks unapologetically inspired by Streets of Rage, with character proportions similar to some arcade titles like Final Fight, and looks like another fantastic entry. Unfortunately, this had an unsuccessful Kickstarter campaign, but the developer promised that they would fight another day, so if you see this and are interested, do give him a follow on Twitter and tell him I sent you. Exit Limbo is a 2D brawler filled with anthropomorphic animals where you play as a very angry rhino, surviving a train crash but finding himself in a parallel dimension of his hometown where nightmarish infected zombie monsters live. It's gory and bloody, giving off some Mother Russia Bleeds vibes, but very interestingly, does seem to have a very intricate combat system with strikes, throws, grapples, and essentially fatalities. Strangely enough, its prologue, named Opening, is a paid entry on Steam, but if you're not down for that, you have to wait for the full release. I'm a sucker for retro titles, with Last Beat being of interest. It is running a very modest Kickstarter campaign, with the game actually launching next month, but this is where you can get physical copies of the game. Very classic in design, and I do love the awesome looking Lizardman character getting a spot and rounding off the list. To see more of the big picture, check out these awesome videos, and I will see you after the jump.